Welcome back, traders. I hope all of you guys had a wonderful weekend and are ready to come back and trade with us once again. So our pip target for this month is going to be set at 1,200 pips. Alright, so let's get down to it. Before I even talk about our first setup, I want to quickly just go over the dollar index and show you guys that the dollar is very weak right now, and I'm anticipating the dollar to continue to show weakness for this week. So you guys can see how last week, the prior week, we had a equal wick low right over here, so which shows that price failed to continue to push to the upside exactly at the point of 102.97. Price had a huge sell-off back towards the downside, closing below this level of resistance. And you guys can see on top of this tweezer top formation, we also formed a bearish engulfing. So the dollar index is extremely weak right now, and I'm expecting this weakness to occur throughout the beginning of April and the beginning of this week as well. So I'm anticipating the US dollar to weaken. Now for our first setup, I want to talk about USD/JPY. So you guys can see on the weekly time frame, we were in a bearish market structure, and price made our double top formation at 112.0, and price immediately had a huge sell-off to the downside. Now, but if we look closely to last week's candlestick, you can see we did form a fairly bearish candlestick where we had we wicked above the previous wick over here, and then immediately we had a huge sell-off closing back below 108, which, as you guys can see, was a huge level of support slash resistance. Now I am bearish on USD/JPY, and I'm expecting 106 to be met this week, possibly even 104. But for us to actually enter this position, we would have to wait for the daily closure over here to confirm that we are going to close below 108. And once we have this daily closure, I will then go down to the 4-hour time frame and look for a potential sell opportunity. Because as you guys can see on the 4-hour time frame, we are in a bullish market structure. So if I were to just quickly show you guys right over here, so you guys can see that we are in a mini bullish structure here, and this right here was our highest point, and now we started to push back down. But as you guys know, we would have to wait for price to come back below this level right here, which is the previous the higher high point, the previous higher high point. So once we come back below the previous higher high point, then I would like to see 106 being met. So then this right here would be our higher low point. And once we break below the higher low point, we would then even see 104 being met. But for right now, I really want to see this level being broken before even considering entering a short position, because it's very easy for price to just simply have a daily closure back above 108, and then we can even see 110 being retested and then continuing back towards the downside. So we want to be very careful with how we enter this position, and we want to be very safe. Okay, so daily closure below 108, a confirmed break is all I need, and then we would then simply wait for the retest and then a continuation back towards 106, and this right here would give us around 200 pips. So a sell position right here, take profit is at 106, and our stop loss could just be around 50 to 45 pips here as well, and this right here would be our USD/JPY trade. Alright guys, so I'll update you guys on this specific setup after the daily closure, and we'll see how price action has developed and what our next steps will be.